So we went and watched the Odyssey. A friend of mine really wanted to watch it, so we decided to go watch it in a theater. It seems it was made on 70 IMAX. So we started looking for a IMAX theater. I We haven't gone to a theater to watch a movie for almost maybe 3 years. We are not much of a theater movie watching people. But then a friend of ours showed so much interest that we decided to do it. We found a IMAX theater in Select City Walk in Delhi. Select City Walk IMAX. It is not a 70 IMAX, but it is a laser IMAX. So we decided to go watch the movie there. It was very difficult to get tickets. It seems to be a very popular movie by the famous Christopher Nolan, the director, also the producer, co-producer, it seems. So the tickets were super expensive, like 1,500 Indian rupees, and we booked the tickets for the 11:45 p.m. show. We could not find tickets on other timings, so it was going to be a late night show, and it was we already had a late night weekend the last time because of the football World Cup. So this was going to be another of those late night events. So yeah, we went to the theater. It was kind of a long ride. Like, we live in Gurgaon. We had to go to Delhi, and the Gurgaon Delhi expressway is always having a lot of traffic, and we got that even late in the night. I mean, it's really annoying, but what can we do, right? So yeah, I mean, I've never been to that mall. It was a very big mall, and yeah, we were running a little late. So yeah, we had a tough time, finding where the theater is. But yeah, thanks to Google Maps, I was able to find where it is. And yeah, the theater is pretty decent. It was the first time me watching in that IMAX theater. It seems to be the best IMAX theater in the country, one of the best. But yeah, I mean, the experience was, I would say, it was average, nothing too special. The screen was not too big. The laser IMAX was very bright though, very bright. There were these scenes where they had these lightning effects, and it was super bright, blinding. Sound was good. but it was a bit too loud for me. So yeah, I mean the seating was okay. It wasn't too comfortable. It didn't even recline too much. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm not a big fan of watching movies in the theaters. I guess I rather prefer just watching it at home. But yeah, anyways, the movie was great. Great cinematic movie. Christopher Nolan movies are always so cinematic. You know, beautiful music, background music. Lately, I've been very much into video editing. I mean YouTube, right? So so I looked into who's the cinematographer of this movie, and I can't remember his name. It is some person from some Swedish guy. I think his name is Hayton something. I forgot. And it turns out he is the cinematographer who is almost always working with Christopher Nolan and his movies. And yeah, that was interesting to know. The movie was fun, long movie, 3 hours long, 3 hours long, and we had a bit of some snack just before the movie because food and beverages are so damn costly in the theater. I bought like a regular Pepsi, which was like 400 rupees. How crazy is that? Damn. So, anyways, and it was a late night movie show, but there were so many people. It was like a house full. So many people coming to watch the great Christopher Nolan movie. and and yeah, it was a nice movie. I didn't get bored. My wife didn't get bored. She was least interested in this movie. She doesn't like such kind of movies. She only likes watching K drama. But the fact that she also found it interesting, that's great. My friends also enjoyed it. I mean, one of my friends, she's a she is a early sleeper and early riser, and she also managed to stay awake throughout the movie. That's not easy because theaters are a really good place to get a nice nap. So nice movie, fun movie. We didn't get bored. There's some very good acting also. Matt Damon, yeah, his acting was good. He played Odysseus, the main character of the movie. He is the main hero. You know, the they just I think they are Greeks. Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe they are Greeks. They won the Trojan War. They defeated Troy. You know, they gifted Troy. I think everybody knows this story. They gifted Troy this giant wooden horse. It was like a gift for their gods or something. And Odysseus and his people were like hiding inside the wooden horse. The Trojan people, they take the horse inside their castle within their walls, and then Odysseus and his people, they sneak out of the horse, and then opens the gates so the Greek army can infiltrate Troy and completely destroy it. So this particular act by Odysseus was a disrespect to the gods, because this was a gift for their gods, and he used it for their own interests. So after that, you know, the gods cursed him, and and on his way back home, oh, he was cursed so hard. Odysseus is a righteous man. He likes doing the right, but this was one wrong that really costed him big time. he he was teaching these bunch of kids, how to hunt, and then this is medieval times. I mean, this is not even this is fictional story, right? This medieval times, okay? So he has this bow and arrow, and there's this wild boar out there, and he's like teaching the kids, how to hunt a wild boar. So just before he shoots his arrow, you know, Odysseus thinks that it's it's only fair to let the opponent know that he is going to attack. He is a righteous guy, so he takes his bow and then plucks its string, and makes a twang sound. So the wild boar is aware that he is going to attack him. So now, as per Odysseus, he's being fair. This is a fair fight. And then the wild boar comes, charging at him, and then he shoots his arrow. But then, the wild boar, it's still got something in it, and it is still charging. And then it comes, and then bites a chunk out of his ankle. And all the kids are like, what the hell, man? What are you trying to teach us? So yeah, he tries to be righteous as much as he can. So yeah, I mean, they try to go back home. It's a long ship ride, through the sea. And then, the gods are angry, Poseidon, the god of sea, he's angry. So they're sailing on in sea, and then Poseidon is pissed. So Poseidon is making their life hell, I really like one scene where they stop in this island. It's a long sea journey, and they need to keep stopping in different places to gather up supplies. That's how they survive. So they stop in this place, and then they find a sheep, and they were about to kill that sheep, to eat it. But then Odysseus, being the wise guy, he says, no, don't kill that sheep. Sheep, they always travel in flocks, so we'll just follow it, find the flock, and take the whole flock. So so they follow the sheep. The sheep goes into this huge cave, and then they go inside the cave. There's a little small bonfire in it, and then they're like, oh, nice cozy bonfire. But the cave looks occupied, So they're like, oh, okay, whoever is the the person who stays in this cave, they're going to welcome him and blah blah blah, make friends with him, all that. And then the person who stays in the cave, he comes in, and it's a giant. It's a giant cyclops. And that was like I think that was like my favorite scene. The cave scene when the cyclops comes in. The cyclops is also like, it's a one-eyed giant, and it was one of the most scariest looking cyclops I've ever seen. Cyclops have one eye, and it was like a normal eye but rotated 90 degrees, so it looked scary. And its nose was also like, crooked. It was tilted like 45 degrees. So they made a really scary looking cyclops. I mean, I liked it. It was so good. The cyclops then comes in, brings in all its sheep. I think the cyclops is a sheep herder, and then it closes the cave with a giant stone. So those guys are like, Odysseus and his men are like stuck inside the cave. It created this whole tense scenario. It was so interesting. They're like, oh shit, we're stuck in the cave. What do we do? And the Cyclops even grabbed some of its men and ate them. Odysseus, being the wise guy, will like stay away from the fire so the Cyclops cannot see them. So then they decide, what to do. The Cyclops goes to sleep, and then they decide to kill the Cyclops. But then, Odysseus, being the wise guy, stops them, telling them that if we kill it, then who's going to open the cave, right? So it was so interesting, that whole scene. So yeah, I really like that scene. So they had all these different side quests on their way home, um, and yeah, they faced a lot of difficulties. A lot of them died, and people, his people, like he is the commander, he's the leader. His people started not trusting him anymore. You know, there was this scene where they stopped in another island, and they were like, "We don't want you to come with us because you are bad luck," And then Odysseus was like, "All right, man, whatever. You guys go ahead. I'll watch the boat or whatever." So they went away, and he tells them that, "Don't worry, I will find some food for you guys while you guys are exploring the island." And then he goes hunting for some food. He finds this deer, and he's going through some really tough times. They are low in food. His people don't trust him anymore. But still, before he kills the deer, he takes his bow and does the twang, just to make it a fair fight. Righteous people can do dumb things at times. but yeah. Anyways, it seems the commander, the king of Greece, Agamemnon. I don't know. I don't remember his name properly. It seems he also went back home, but he died because after years of fighting the Trojan War, he comes back home and his own wife kills him. Yeah, that's tough. So Odysseus also learns about this, and makes a cautious re-entry to his home. You leave your home for so many years, and then you come back. Yeah, you win the war, but you have ignored your family back home. So there is a price to pay for that, right? So that's how their king died, betrayed by his wife and her lover. So Odysseus was also making a cautious re-entry. He wanted to make sure things are right at his home, and things were not right at home. His wife was a very faithful wife, waiting for him. But Odysseus was a king, is a king, and I don't know, they had this custom where if there's no king, I mean, they had no idea if Odysseus is coming back. They all thought he's dead or whatever. So they were having these parties frequently at the queen's place, Odysseus' wife, so she can choose a suitor for herself and then remarry. I don't know, it's a weird custom, but that is what was happening. And this was the whole scheme and politics of the whole situation, where all these people, these noble men, they were trying to get married to Odysseus' wife and then become the king, and all that stuff. So yeah, Odysseus comes back disguised as a beggar, and then they were having another of these party where all the suitors were gathered up having a feast, and waiting for the queen to confirm a suitor. That's when Odysseus, disguised as a beggar, traps all of them and starts killing them. It was nice. There is this bow, the bow of Odysseus. It seems only Odysseus can bend a bow and string it. So the queen played this game where she said anybody who can do that, she will marry him. And all these noblemen, they tried and they failed. And then this beggar comes out and like, let me try it. And then people are laughing, hey, what? You're just a beggar. They called him the plate licker. Plate licker. A very disgraceful term, but it's a movie. And then that beggar is no ordinary beggar, it's Odysseus. So he was able to string the bow, and then all those people, they realized that it's Odysseus, and they all started shitting their pants. And Odysseus is like, he takes his bow and he's like, I'm gonna kill all these unloyal people. He takes his bow and starts shooting them. I think he acted that part so well, He's like searching for people and just arrowing them. And in the end, he said he takes care of everything. It was a happy ending. He goes into exile to honor all the dead, all the wrongs they did, to accept his wrongdoing and make amends with the gods. So yeah, he goes for a long exile with his wife. I think they always wanted to do that. So I think it was a happy ending, because I don't know, I think being a king and all, it's a difficult job. So there are positives to all aspects of life, right? Well, that was it. That was a great movie. If you haven't watched it, you can watch it. And yep, that is all going to be for today's video. If you folks like my video, I mean, I'm not even doing it very consistently, but any support you can give me will be very helpful. I mean, I'm here trying to do something. If you like it, then support me. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, share it, so that I can grow, I can get the support, and it's not like a me thing, it's like a we thing. We do this together, right? So, all right, until next time.